Sony, the fact that I had to stream this game, it was such bad quality and the stream kept closing. I'm so pissed. Hi guys, welcome back to the Everything Anime Podcast. I'm your host Shinry. Here at the Everything Anime Podcast, we talk about everything from anime, manga, video games, TV shows, and whatever relevant topic we feel like talking about. Today's video is on infamous Festival of Blood because it is Spooktober month. And what is Spooktober? Well, it's October and it's Halloween and it's spooky time. So for the entire month of October, I'm going to try to do some videos focused on like monsters, Halloween, or anything I feel like fits that theme of monsters. Some ideas that I have throwing out are like doing several monster movies once a week, doing a video game that I feel like inspires that kind of like theme, like Festival of Blood, BioShock, Persona 5, not in the sense that Persona 5 is like a horror or Halloween game, but the fact that like, you know, their costume kind of gives me that Halloween vibe, talking about Persona 5. TV shows, talk about the Vampire Diaries, things like that. Anyways, today's video is going to be on Infamous Festival of Blood. Now, I am actually going to review Infamous, the game itself. The reason why I'm opening the video this way is to talk about one problem I actually have right now with Infamous as a whole. So on PSN, you can like stream the game, but it's like has really bad quality and like it can go out at any second. Sometimes the controls are wacky, like 1 minute, and it's not my controller, like 1 minute the character will just like start doing his own thing, not even listening to my controller commands. And I even put another game in to make sure it wasn't my controller, and it wasn't. And at this point, with like BioShock having a remastered, you know, Dishonored having a remastered, I'm like, why is there no Infamous remastered? Infamous was like one of the top selling games on PS3. I feel like Sony, I don't know what you guys are doing, but I'm telling you, remaster Infamous, put Infamous 1, Infamous 2, put, you know, Infamous Second Son on there if you want, put Festival of Blood on there. It'll sell, and I will buy it for sure. And yeah, so I have a whole separate video for Infamous coming up. This video will specifically be about Infamous Festival of Blood for our first video for Spooktober. So without further ado, let's get into it.
Beer, please.
Make it two. On me.
I'm perfectly capable of buying my own beer, thank you.
Good. Glad to hear that. You can get the next round. You are not from around here, are you?
What makes you say that?
I would have recognized such a beautiful pair of eyes.
Maybe you were too busy reading your kitty books to notice.
This? Oh, this is no kiddie book. This is research.
Yeah, I guess I'll just have to owe you that next round.
Hey, I'm being serious. Now, there's some freaky deaky shit going on out there. Kind of shit to make you piss your pants. This book here teaches you how to deal with it.
Okay.
You know my buddy Cole McGrath? He used to make fun of it too.
The Cole McGrath?
One and only.
The Demon of Empire City.
That's what they call him.
You know Cole McGrath.
Know him? He's like a brother to me. A brother from another mother. In fact, it's this here kitty book, as you call it, that helped me save him from eternal damnation.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Tell me more.
Well, you know about Pyre Night?
Can't say that I do.
Oh, man. I knew you weren't from around here.
What I like to do when I review a game is I like to talk about my history with the game. I like to talk about the story, who the main character is, who the villain is, or the antagonist, what's the power system, and like my overall thoughts of it at the very end of the game. So my relationship with this game is, I played Infamous first, and then I beat Infamous 2 as well, and then I found out about Festival of Blood post Infamous 2. This game falls in between Infamous 1 and Infamous 2. It kind of fits perfectly right there. Though it does implement like Infamous 2's combat system with like melee, like you have a weapon. Because in Infamous 1, your weapon was just like punching. I mean, you had the electricity and all that. And you do have that here. But it's weird to talk about it without talking about Infamous first. Because that video I'm doing second. I've been working on the Infamous game for a while. But like I said, Sony with the streaming thing, it makes it difficult to record the game, to get gameplay, and it's a whole thing. But yeah, my relationship with the game was I liked it. I thought it was interesting, especially what they do with the power system and things like that. So let's just talk about the story first. It's the same way I do my video games. So it's Pyre Night, a sort of like Halloween event where like everybody's celebrating. They're in costume. They're like hanging out, having a good time. And well, this Pyre Night, before Zeke and Cole could even enjoy the party, they hear screams beneath the church of it. They hear screams beneath a church, like a church building. And so Cole, being the hero, and once again, this game, you don't have to have played Infamous 1 or 2 to play Festival of Blood, but it is implying that you played hero through Infamous 1, which I'm going to get into in my own Infamous. I'm not going to go into the whole karma system right now because this game has no karma system. I'm saving that for Infamous 1. I have a whole thing for that. But it's assuming that you played hero the entire time because 1, Cole's lightning is blue, and 2, he has the pulse heal. There's no bio leech option, so you're automatically saving people. Anyways, so we go down to, so he's known as the hero of the city. We go down to the bottom of the church, and it's rumored that like anybody that's gone into this church has like disappeared like randomly, and they don't know why. And as you make your way through the church, you can save like ravers. You don't have to, it's like optional, but you can like heal them along the way. And you see shadows of like something moving really fast. You can assume it's a vampire, but like assuming you knew nothing about it and you don't know it's a vampire, like you just see this thing like flying down the tunnel. You eventually make your way through the tunnel and you hear somebody screaming for help, and it turns out to be a trap. It's a bunch of vampires that are surrounding this shrine where their leader is being kept, and they capture Cole. They cut a slit on his neck, and they basically pour like his blood into Mary's mouth, or their leader's mouth. Her name's Mary, or Bloody Mary. We'll get to that in a second. And she instantly wakes up. And the reason why, I'm not sure. So they hint that they could be called blood conduits. In the Infamous universe, everybody that has powers are called conduits. Cole is a lightning conduit. He can absorb lightning, shoot lightning, heal himself with lightning, things like that, and shoot like lightning projectiles. And it's rumored that she's a blood conduit. That's just like what they say in some point in the DLC. But really, she's just a vampire. And her name is Bloody Mary, and she's back for revenge. But who was she before? Like, what's the backstory? Let's go ahead and play this clip real fast.
Come on and let me take y'all back in time, friends. Back to the early days of Numeray. The streets of our town were filled with laughter, and the people were full of hope. Till folks started disappearing from the streets at night. Only one man, Father Ignatius, was brave enough to walk in the shadows, hunting for the devil who would harm his flock. And it was from the shadows that he spotted her, a vile woman, feeding on a man's flesh. And as fast as a thought, she was gone, taking refuge in the crypts beneath the city. That very night, Ignatius rallied his fearful parish to action, leading the way down into the crypts. And as they came upon the nest of sinners, he held aloft his holy barbed cross, and the sinners scattered like cockroaches from its holy light. But their leader, Bloody Mary, she wasn't fast enough. Ignatius brought her up before his church and tied her to a pile, and as flames licked at her heels, the devil woman revealed her true form while shouting out a curse, vowing that one day she'd return and take her revenge. And what happened to Ignatius, you ask? Well, he's still with us, my friends. Buried in St. Charles Cemetery, right alongside his barbed cross. And that's why we burn, my friends, to warn Bloody Mary's ghost and all the other sinners of this world to stay clear of Numeray. You can dance, sing, and walk the streets, 'cause nothing, and I mean nothing, is gonna eat you on High Night.
So that's the story of Bloody Mary, but there's still more to come. Don't worry, there's a lot more to talk about. But so after Cole had his throat slit and it revived Bloody Mary, because you have to remember also he's a conduit, so it might have turned her into a blood conduit. It might have given her more power than she already had, being a normal vampire. But now she bit Cole and turned him into one of her minions. But Cole still has his free will until dawn. Once dawn hits, Cole will become a minion of the night, and he will serve her forever. So we have our buddy Zeke from Infamous, who, if you don't know who Zeke is Cole's ride or die. He is Cole's best friend. And let's talk about Cole real quick. Cole McGrath, since we're assuming we played Hero in Infamous, you were just a normal guy. You had your girlfriend Trish, who you had troubled times with because you killed her sister when you unleashed what was it called? It's escaping me right now. Let me check my Infamous notes. What was that called? The Ray Spear. Sorry, the Ray Spear. Yes, you unleashed the Ray Spear unknowingly, even though your future self traveled back in time, called himself Alistair, gave you the package, told you to open the package at some point, and it unleashed it's a whole thing. Again, we will talk about Infamous in a separate video, but just know your future self made you unleash the Ray Spear, killing your girlfriend's sister, and turning a lot of people into conduits, as well as eventually John, who is again Infamous 2. Different story, just trying to lay some groundwork real fast. But you, as a conduit, gave her more power. She turned you into a vampire as a thanks, as a gift, she believes. She believes she gave you a gift. And you'll hear, there are some things throughout the game that are called Mary's teachings. There's only 5, but you'll listen to her tell stories about how she turned a chef, how she turned a family, or this I think it was a husband who made a bet with her, or had a debt to her, and he owed her 100 humans, but he only got her 97, and so the last 3 she took was his son, his wife, and his daughter, something like that. But crazy. But she believes that she gives people a gift by turning them into vampires, and she tells Cole, in 8 hours, don't resist my gift. You'll be one of us. These will be your brothers and sisters. Obviously, Cole's not with that. He's going to fight her. He has to stop this from happening. Vampires are real. Cole's going to fight and Zeke's going to help him. However, your first instinct, the moment you became a vampire, is to drink the blood of the first person you see. And it's not even something Cole wanted to do. It's against his will. He just starts drinking the first person he sees. And so this introduces your power system. We still have electricity, but let me pull up my notes for the power system. Nope, right here. Yeah, so for the new power system we have, your abilities are, one is a cross as the melee weapon. It's called a stake takedown. The more you do stake takedowns, the more your upgrade system goes up. You upgrade. It only upgrades once, your lightning missiles, your light grenades, your light kind of not blast, light shockwave, that kind of upgrades. And I think that's it. I think those are the only things to upgrade. It might have been something else that upgraded, but those are for your lightning. You can use Shadow Swarm, which helps you traverse the skies and long distances really fast. You turn into a swarm of bats. It's pretty cool too. You can go over large buildings and towers quickly. However, to use your bat powers, you have to consume blood. You have to kill humans every time, and it mentions that you kill them. Funny thing, one of the trophies is kill 100 people. You don't have to do it all at once, But I wanted to see what would happen because in Infamous 1, there's a karma system. I'm only bringing this up briefly, but like if you play bad karma, your body kind of changes, and you you see like a different kind of like markings, like tattoos on Cole's body. And I was curious if like killing 100 people would do something to Cole, like turn him into like a full vampire, like change his like outfit. It doesn't really, but I did waste like 10 minutes killing 100 people back to back. But that is how you use your bat powers, like, because you have a blood meter, and just like your lightning meter, like the more you use your lightning, you have to like it'll run out, and you have to like reabsorb lightning from like lightning poles, cars, generators, light post, whatever you can grab electricity from. Well, in this once you become a vampire, you can no longer heal people. You will just instantly bite. So if you do not want to kill anybody, do not try to heal anybody that's down. You will just instantly bite them and kill them. So yeah, let's see. What is it breaking? Oh yeah, and to increase your blood. So like in Infamous, to increase your lightning nodes, you had to like go find generators, and you found like these lightning shards, and that would, well, no, the generators give you more powers. You found lightning shards throughout the game to like increase your lightning nodes. Well, in this, you collect blood jars, which in story wise, it's to keep other humans from stumbling upon it, drinking it, and becoming vampires. Well, this gives you more like blood you can consume to use the powers longer. Let's see. The bite, like I said, that's your natural ability. It's instead of healing, you'll just bite people to get more blood. Zeke will comment, depending on how many people you kill. I think it's after like 25, Zeke will start commenting like how it was like a necessity for you to drink blood, because it kind of is in this game. It's not like a bad thing. It's not like a karma thing, but like you do have to drink blood. So Zeke, after killing 25 people, Zeke will say something about that. And let's see. Oh, I felt kind of bad. So if you kill somebody, two things happen. One, the bodies will just remain on the ground. They don't disappear. But two, if somebody sees you, they'll run away. And like I said, I spent 10 minutes trying to like complete the 100 bites to like see if Cole would turn into like a full vampire or something. And I always felt bad because when the NPCs are running away, I'm like literally chasing them like I'm a real vampire trying to kill them. I felt so bad. The other vampire ability is Shadow Streak. So basically, like you do your bat swarm, but like you like fly at them and you just stab them instantly. There's no combat. You have Vampire Vision, which kind of works so like the like lightning, how you can sense lightning, where this you can see like the blood inside of humans. Like if they're human, they're going to be red. If they're vampire, they're blue. That means there's no blood running through their bodies. And those are vampires that are disguising themselves as humans. You can stealth kill them after you find out that they're vampires. You can instantly stealth kill them. Some of them might be like really strong, so best to do that too. The last ability that we have from Infamous 2, which I know wasn't in Infamous 1, is Iconic Storm. It's when you summon a giant lightning storm. You can't do it till the very end of the game, but I thought that was really cool that they had that in there. As I said, you have your normal lightning abilities. If you played Infamous 1 or 2, you'll just know that like L1 and triangle is the lightning missile. L1 square is the grenades. LX is the lightning shockwave, and then L0 or L circle, I don't think I did anything. But yeah, you have all your lightning abilities. But it just won't tell you that because it wants you to use the vampire abilities. I think that's all for the powers and abilities. Yes. So I'm done with these notes. So back to the story. So as we learned, like Mary is a vampire that is seeking revenge on the town of New Marios, I think it's called, New Marie, because the priest that killed her. But again, there is more to that story and the weapon that can take her down, because she is a very ancient vampire. So like taking her down is not going to be easy. We need a special cross that is made from, I think it was dipped in edged in silver, dipped in holy water, blessed by God, and natural wood or something like that. But we'll get into that too, because that's like your major weapon that you are going to use to take her down. So we'll talk about that right now.
The
The box was empty. The only thing inside were notes about how the cross was made. Oh, and Lord, did Ignatius get that thing made. The core was made of sacred wood. No joke. Edged in silver from King Solomon's temple, dipped in holy water from the Vatican, and blessed by the big guy himself. It was the ultimate bloodsucker slayer. And it was still out there somewhere. And if my buddy was gonna take down Mary, he'd need that weapon. Trouble was, he just had one night to find it.
So over the course of the game, you will have, as I said, you have like one. This is all happening in one night. This is happening over a period of 8 hours. So we're trying to find this cross weapon to take down Mary, who we believe after killing her will get rid of all of the vampires. Because if you, well, apparently not. We're gonna get into that in a second. It will save the vampires of this night, but it won't save the vampires that were already created. Because they changed the lore in this. So you know how normally if you kill the, like, leader vampire, like, the vampires that follow, usually, traditionally turn back to human. Well, in this game, if you got bit longer than a day, after your maker dies, you just remain a vampire. So I thought that was crazy. Crazy twist on the lore, but it gave her, like, more to her backstory. So let's talk about some of the enemies that you face in this game. Aside from Bloody Mary herself, which I'm going to get into that boss fight at the very end. You see my face? That boss fight. This boss fight was fucking worse than my playthrough of Prototype. That last boss fight in Prototype was some bullshit. Like, it really was. And I think I'm in my villain phase. Like, I'm doing all these villain games. Like, I'm going from, like, Prototype to Infamous, and you'll know about why I'm considering that my villain arc. And then I'm going to go to BioShock. And then, what's your on Halloween? I'll have to see if I have any other Halloween-themed games. But yeah, BioShock's definitely next after this. Spoiler warning. But you face normal vampires. No, when I say normal vampires, they use machine guns and guns, but like they look like traditional vampires. They have the fangs, the red jackets, black pants. You'll face vampire packs, which are just like when vampires are like 3 or 4 together. You take them down and like. So you cannot kill the vampires with lightning. You can take them down with lightning, do damage with lightning, but like they won't die until you stake them. They're called stake takedowns, which is, like I said, the main reason you have your melee weapon. And if you don't take them down, they just kind of stay there. But like if you want to upgrade your powers and in your abilities, always finish them off. Just finish them with the stake takedown. After that, we have harpies. Harpies are female vampires. These bitches, they cling to like the side of the building. They'll be like upside down doing the wet shoot. Where you ever played wet? I mean, most of y'all probably haven't. It's a very rated M game. I played it when I was a teenager, and very short, probably like 5 hours. This game was like 2.5 hours. I think wet was like 5 hours. But anyways, like they bend backwards and they shoot, maybe in like a bayonetta kind of thing, but like whatever, and they teleport like crazy. The worst part about it is because I'm doing this on streaming instead of like doing it like on a PS3, because like I said, this game's only available on stream. We don't have it remastered. Sometimes like the controls are glitchy and I can't change them, or like it'll just like glitch out as I'm trying to aim or something, and I'm like, it's so annoying. So fighting the harpies was like the worst, especially if you're doing it on PS5 streaming. Then there are newborn vampires. Newborn vampires, they still look human. They have gray skin, but instead of like machine guns, they just have like regular melee weapons, and they'll try to like attack you with it. They can also jump on your shoulder, like bite you and try to drain you the blood, which is like, I guess it kind of reminds me of like whenever. No, because the Reapers don't do that in the Infamous one. They don't drain your electricity. I'm thinking of Prototype. Well, no, Prototype, they don't do that either. I don't know what I'm thinking of. Anyways, yeah, so the newborns, they will jump on your back and, like, try to bite you. You can just press X to get them off. And then the last ones are firstborn vampires, which are these giant fucking bats. You can take them down easy if you use the lightning missiles. Trust me, just spam that button and they'll die pretty fast. Other than that, They look pretty ferocious. They kind of remind me of like Man-Bat from like Arkham Knight. They're like that huge. I think that's all of the enemy types. And then there is Bloody Mary herself. I guess I'm saying that name. Yeah, I ain't playing. I ain't saying the first half. Just know we'll call her BM. Okay, we ain't saying. I'm right in front of the mirror too. Y'all remember that scene from from oh, I don't want to say that either. Candyman. I said it one time. That's it. But she was like, don't say that. It's like that. Like I'm sitting in front of the mirror talking about that girl named BM. We ain't doing that. Anyways, so those are the enemy types. Again, it's a very short. It's basically like a DLC game. Like you don't have to play Infamous 1 or Infamous 2 to play this, but I do recommend it to like get used to the power system, get used to the power, get used to Cole and Zeke, because this is like Zeke is more present in this game than I feel like he was in Infamous 1. Like, well, no, Zeke was more present in Infamous 1 and 2. This one, he's there. The reason why I said it is because like there's a lot more like buddy stuff. Like you feel like they're best friends. And Infamous 1, if you play Hero, you feel like their friendship as well as in Infamous 2. But based off how I'm playing for this certain video that's coming out, Infamous. Well, the video is titled Infamous. You should be evil, right? That's the point. That's the title of the video, so you can tell which one I'm playing. So you don't get that friendship dynamic on the path that I'm playing, but on the hero path you do. But this one, because it's against Cole's will to be a vampire, like you get to see the like buddy kind of thing, and I thought that was really cool and cute. Let me see if I have any other notes. Oh, we can just get into the boss battle because I guess the game is pretty short. There's not really much to talk about. The boss battle with BM herself, the first half when you're fighting her through the city is annoying as fuck. It is annoying as fuck because she just keeps running away the entire time, and you can get close to her using like the shadow swarm or bat swarm, whatever I think it's called. I think it's called shadow swarm. But then she'll just use this like screaming wail and blast you backwards. So you have to like get close to her, wait for her to scream, and then immediately go in and hit her, and then she'll run away again. And do that like 5 or 6 times, and then you go down to the second boss fight. The second boss fight takes place in a sewer. This one's way easier. One, because we have the full cross now. And with the full cross, you one-shot KO all of these vampires. Like, they die instantly hit. 2, because they're also wading through water because you're under a cemetery. And while Zeke is planning explosions, you are trying to hold off these vampires from escaping the tomb. And so, like, they're wading through the water. You can electrocute it and kill them a little bit faster. But either way, it's a one-shot. You can, like, one-shot kill them. Especially BM, when she comes into attack, you just hit her one time, and it'll take her down. Let's get into the last part of her backstory, and then I'll just give my overall thoughts. Because, like I said, there's not really much to talk about, but it was great. It was really fun, but I'll get into that, my overall thoughts at the very end.
The things inside Mary's trunk told her story. As a governess, man, she was great with kids. Unfortunately, one of them gave her smallpox. She was all but dead when a secret admirer decided that she was too beautiful to slip away. Reborn as a vampire, Mary was always at Marco's side. The 2 of them drank their way through Europe, never bothering to watch the shadows. But you see, the same priest that had been with Mary at her deathbed, he had never given up on her. And he knew that killing Mary's maker would turn her back into a human. But he didn't know that trick only worked on a vampire's first night. With Marco dead, she flew into a rage. And it was then Father Ignatius learned just how terrifying those monsters could be. Poor fella ran for it. Spent the next 37 years just one step ahead of Mary. But on the edge of the new world, in New Marais, she finally caught up to him. With nowhere left to run, Ignatius moved quick. Gathered the townsfolk together and struck first. Well, you know the rest.
Yeah, that's the complete story of BM, and that's the story of that takes place over the course of Infamous Festival of Blood. Now, as I said, because when you bite people, you drink all their blood. I'm assuming they become vampires. And something I had said earlier about like the vampires, it's too late for the vampires that she created because it's been more than one night for them. Except for like tonight, as in maybe the vampires that you might have created, like biting people. I think those people be safe. So like the 100 people that I did kill and turn into vampires, as well as the others I had to drink to like beat the game. I'm assuming they might become human too, because at the very end, Zeke sets off the bombs inside of the or white phosphorus, which is basically fire, inside the underground church, and it ignites all the vampires on fire. And as he does this, like Cole and Zeke are trying to head to the surface, but the sun's out and Cole is slowly burning to death. And I knew Cole wouldn't die because this game takes place in between Infamous 1 and Infamous 2. The reason why you know that is because spoiler warning, if you didn't beat Infamous 2, no matter what you choose at Infamous, well, at the end of Infamous 2, if you play the good guy, Cole dies. However, and that leads into my whole thing about Infamous Should You Be Evil video coming out, is because Infamous 3, we would have added Infamous 3 instead of Infamous Second Son. No, I got to say that for the video. I got to say that. Anyways, I just knew Cole wasn't going to die, basically. I'll get it. Like I said, I have an Infamous video coming out. It's coming out soon. So I might get into too much detail about that. But, until that video. But, yeah. So Cole makes his way to the surface. He is burning up. He's like slowly burning. But they believe because if Mary dies fast enough, like Cole will be saved. And ultimately he is. Mary burns up in the fire. So we believe because of the ending cliff teaser that this game makes. Which I don't think there will be a part 2, but I'll play that at the very end of this video. But yeah, there's a little teaser at the end, but it's believed Mary died because Cole does turn back to normal. He turns back to a regular human. And then well, yeah, it could have been a different lady actually. Yeah, she was different. Interesting. Yeah, so never mind. I forgot what I said. Yeah, so she does die. Mary does die. That's confirmed because Cole turns back to a human. And then we get like a little nice resolution at the end with a little funny gag. And yeah, but overall, the game's fun. I do recommend play Infamous 1 at least just to get used to like the power system, get used to like who Cole McGrath is, get used to who Zeke is, their friendship and things like that. Then play this one and then play Infamous 2. But even if you did play Infamous 1, Infamous 2, then Festival of Blood like I did, you're not really going to ruin anything for yourself because it is a DLC. It's not canon. But we would have had Infamous 3, which I said it would be in my Infamous video. So look forward to the Infamous video that should be out some point in the middle of October. It won't be a part of Spooktober videos, but it will just be a video that I do post this month. Then after that, look forward to BioShock. Some other fun videos. I think Demon Slayer is just ready to edit. Finishing up that. And anyways, guys, we'll do a sponsor at the end of the cliff teaser for the game. And I'll see you guys next time.
Let's get out of here. Detonators are all set.
Oh, shit, Cole. The sun.
Hurry up. We get out of this hole, and I'll torch you.
You feel it now? Oh, you're mine, vampire. Forever.
Follow my voice. Come on, man. I'll see you through. Come on, man. That's it.
No, no!
Shit. Yep, it was one hell of a pirate night. And you know,
All those folks would have become bloodsuckers if it wasn't for me. Oh, come on now, that's true.
Oh, no.
It's mostly true.
Really?
There are parts of that story that are absolutely true.
Well, you're a hell of a liar, mister. Got any other tricks up the sleeve?
Yeah. We could go back to my place. I could show you what I do with a feather.
Ooh.
An electric toothbrush.
Ah, see,
And a-
perfect. Knew I'd find you here. Listen, ran into a little bit of a problem.
Hey.
I dropped my amp into a pool
Cole.
and...
Cole. Kind of busy here.
Ooh.
Yeah?
Not bad.
I'll do it. I'd love to go for a swim. Especially on a hot night like tonight.
Rather...
Oh, no. Lead the way.
Yeah. Guys, go ahead. These beers aren't gonna drink themselves.
Thanks for the story, Zeke. Very educational.
Oh, shit!
Hey guys, thanks for checking out another one of my videos. This is the sponsored part of the video where I talk about the 2 new books I have coming out for this year. For the month of October, which we're calling Spooktober, I have 2 new books, Love Be Liberated and Alucard. Now, if you don't know who I am, my name is Shinry. I'm the author of the Shinry series, the Chronicles of Wayne, and the Monsterverse. The Chronicles of Wayne is finally ending this year with Love Be Damned as the first book, Love Be Caged as a sequel, and Love Be Liberated as a trilogy. Now, I don't want to spoil this book too much, especially if you haven't read the Love Be Damned series. But basically, Wayne is a nerdy kid at school. He falls in love with the hottest guy at school because, of course, he does. And the guy turns out to be a werewolf. Wayne gets bitten. He becomes the first ever wolfman in the last decade. And some craziness ensues. Vampires, white witches, dark warlocks, and a... Oh, I can't spoil it because that's the reveal of the last book, the Love Be Liberated. But I can tell you, if you have enjoyed the Love Be Damned series, you are going to love Love Be Liberated. Love Be Liberated. Sorry. It is the best ending I think I could have gave it. All the characters are given justice. And the way it ends is... It's kind of like a kiss to my fans that love the Love Be Damned series. Now, Alucard is the first book in the Monsterverse. It does take place in the Love Be Damned universe. However, Alucard will take place 300... It starts out 300 years before the events of Love Be Damned take place. And then when we do get to present day, it's 10 years before Love Be Damned actually starts. So you'll get introduced to Alucard, and then after that we have Jevudon, which is the Beast of Jevudon. If you don't know what that is, that's the first ever Wolfman, or first ever confirmed Wolfman. After that we have Imhotep, and then it will end with Monster, which is Frankenstein. And Imhotep being the Mummy. Again, these are my first 2 new books coming out this year in the month of October, or Spooktober, and I'll be sponsoring them in all of my YouTube videos for October. So I hope you guys check them out. I'll make sure to have like some copies when I actually release them. But I hope you guys look forward to it. The Love Be Damned verse is for the mature audience. It's not for like young adults. I do mention that there are language, there's sexual scenes, there's a lot of violence. Unlike the Shinry series, which is more my kid-friendly, teen-friendly anime action adventure. You want to check that out if you're like a kid. But again, this is the Love Be Damned verse, as well as now the Monsterverse, and I hope you guys check it out. Let me know what you think. Again, look out for it. Once the books actually drop in October, I'll be having a bigger releasing video for that. This is just a little teaser for that. Hope you guys check it out. Thanks. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe.